Hello, and welcome to the Fourth Down Podcast. We've been busy last couple weeks, but it's been a while. We're continuing on with our predictions. We're your hosts as always. My name is Alex.
My name is Mickey.
And today we'll be breaking down the AFC East, which should be probably the most competitive division of football this upcoming season. Now, in hindsight, we talked about the Broncos in the AFC West last year, and look how that turned out. But we think it's going to be a much more competitive division with the Jets, Bills, Dolphins, and Patriots. We're going to break down their schedule. And yeah, we're going to see. Just a heads up, our predictions for the AFC East might be a lot different than what your predictions could be for AFC East. So just a heads up. This is breaking down the schedule.
That's how predictions work.
In this exciting part, we have our prediction opinions, and you have your own prediction opinions. But we're very excited to jump right into this one. As always, if you're new to this, we jump from the last team standing in the AFC East, and we're going to work our way up. So we'll go from fourth place, recap their schedule, or break down their schedule, as I should say, and just follow the trend.
Started from the bottom, now we here.
Yes, we are. And so let's jump right into it. Our fourth place team might not come as shocking as what their division is, but we have the New England Patriots in fourth place. Right off the bat, after we broke down the schedule, we think 5-12 record for the New England Patriots. Mac Jones struggled hard last season, losing Damian Harris. That Patriots team kind of slumping a little bit.
Yeah, I really think this is a year where Mac Jones needs to prove if he is going to be that guy for them.
And I know you're thinking already, 5-12, that's too harsh. Yes, I agree. And especially with Bill Belichick, I think this team's ceiling could be 8-9, 9-8, and potentially a 7th seed in the wild card. But let's break down our schedule real quick. Week 1, you're hosting Philly. I think that's going to be a loss. And correct me if I'm wrong, I think that's a game Tom Brady's going to be there for their for the ceremony. But I still think with Jalen Hurts and offensive firepower on the road, I think it's too much for New England. I think that's going to be a loss. Week 2, Miami home. I think that's going to be a loss too. I think Tua now offense with Tyreek Hill, Jalen Waddle, Raheem Mostert, and them guys. I just think it'd be too much for the Patriots. And then the next 2 games are on the road at the Jets, at the Cowboys. I do have that as a loss. It's a tough first 4 games for the Patriots. 4 teams, pretty much all 3 of them are playoff teams, and 1 team just got a Hall of Fame quarterback and a couple weapons this offseason. But I do have them starting out 0-4. But then I do have them beating the Saints at home. And then right back to it, I have them losing to the Vegas Raiders at Las Vegas. And then Buffalo, which is week 7, I have them as a win. And at Miami, I think they're going to lose. And then Commanders, I think, win. Colts win. At the Giants, I think it's going to be a loss. Chargers home, loss. At the Steelers, win. And then Chiefs home, loss. At the Broncos, loss. At the Bills, loss. And the Jets home, I think that's going to be a loss. So, I mean, and the Patriots did get a bunch of weapons offseason. Got Mike Gesicki, Juju Smith-Schuster. I love the Patriots offseason. But this is a brutal schedule. Like, the middle stretch could be your make it or break it point. But those first 4 games and his last 4 games, that's a tough schedule.
Yeah, they definitely have a tough schedule. But as you said, the one thing the Patriots have going for them is they do have a good coach.
Yeah, he has a great coaching staff.
So maybe their weapons, they can pull it out. But it's going to be interesting to see.
I feel like the 5-12 is going to bite me. But like I said, the ceiling for the Patriots, I do think they have some winnable games. I think at Denver could be a winnable game along with the Raiders and the Giants too. I think those are 3 games I could potentially turn around. But those 3 games are all on the road. And especially like...
It's also hard because look at their division rivals that they have to play twice. This is a tough, tight division.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, so I mean, I think 5-12 is maybe a little harsh, but I think it's the right call for the Patriots. I think 5-12 is a good.
That's where we're at. Okay, moving on.
But yeah, so we're going to third place. And the third place team we got are the Miami Dolphins. Look at the Miami Dolphins schedule. A little bit easier than the New England Patriots. They start the season at the Chargers, which I think this can be a loss. Then they go to New England. As mentioned before, I think New England's a win. Hosting Denver, get them low upsets here and there. I think Denver's going to beat Miami. And then at Buffalo, I think that's going to be a loss. Now, they're starting 1-3 according to our predictions. But then, your next 6 games, Giants win, Panthers win. These are our home, the Giants and the Panthers. At Philly, I think it's going to be an upset. I think, after we seen the Eagles defense, losing Jonathan Hargrave to the San Francisco 49ers, and plus with the speed of Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle, I think Philly will be too much. Or no, the receiving core will be too much for Philadelphia's secondary. But we'll see. But then New England home win at the Chiefs in Germany. I think that's going to be a win, another upset. You got to have upsets. You can't think the Chiefs are going to beat everybody. The Raiders win. So I have the Dolphins going on a nice 6-game winning streak to improve their record to 7-3. Now they play at the Jets on Black Friday. Loss. Then the rebound at the Commanders. Win. Titans home. Win. And then you face the Jets and Cowboys in Miami. I think that's going to be a loss. The Jets at home and the Cowboys home. That's going to be another loss. And at the Ravens, win. And you end your season hosting the Bills. That's going to be a loss. Bringing their record at 10-7. Which I don't think is that a bad idea. Now, a couple of little flip games. Obviously, the Chargers. Obviously, maybe the Jets at home. And potentially, the Chiefs too. That could flip up and down too. The ceiling for the Dolphins, I think 12-5. The floor could potentially be 7-10. But I think the Dolphins team are too talented to.
And if they can stay healthy, they're gonna be a beast.
Oh, Tua looked very sharp last season before his concussions. But if Tua, can stay healthy, hopefully does. He had a rough 2022 season, but Tua was balling out earlier. Like he threw 6 touchdown passes against the Ravens. He was, hitting his stride. But this Dolphins team could be a dark horse for maybe the AFC Championship game if they get healthy, and they could potentially play up to the potential. They got a great offensive weapons with Tyreek Hill, as Jalen Waddle was mentioned, along with Raheem Mostert and co. And they did acquire Jalen Ramsey, which is a huge pickup for the secondary, but he did get injured. And he probably won't be back till December, so we'll see what happens. But I do think the Miami Dolphins are a good enough team to get 10 wins on a season. So that's that. Second place, drum roll, we got the Buffalo Bills. So the Bills, they got a little tougher schedule. A little more tougher schedule than the Dolphins. But I do believe in this Bills team. But let's break down the schedule. At the Jets, win. Home against the Raiders, win. At Commanders, win. Dolphins home, win. Jaguars home, win. Giants home, win. Actually, Jacksonville's game's going to be in London. But I do have the Bills going 6-0 to start the season, which I think is fair. I think the Buffalo could beat all these teams, especially, week 1 on the road. I think the Jets' offense is going to get sloppy in the first coming weeks. But 6-0 for the Bills right off the bat is a good start. And then they go to New England. I think it's hard to beat your division rivals on the road. I think New England beats Buffalo there. So I think they're going to go 6-1 to start the season. And then Tampa home, at the Bengals, and Broncos home. I have them winning those games. I think Buffalo gets revenge on Cincy. And I think, Tampa Bay might be in contention for Caleb Williams. And the Broncos, I just think Buffalo will be too much for them. So 9-1 to start the season. That's pretty good. This is where the scheduling gods hated the Bills. Because their next 5 games, I haven't seen the next 5 games like this in a while. Jets, at Philly, at Kansas City, Dallas, at Chargers. Those are rough games. And to be honest, I have them losing all 5 of those games. We'll talk a little more about that in a second. And then the last 2 games, New England home and at Miami, I have them winning those 2 games. And even those division games near the end are going to be really tough on the road. But Jets home, you get Aaron Rodgers, Jalen Hurts, Mahomes, Dak, and Herbert. 5 straight games. And against some pretty darn good underrated defenses. Dallas has a great defense. Philly's underrated.
The one thing that might help them, though, is that between the Philly game and the Chiefs game is when they have their bye week.
That is true.
But week 13 is a late bye week.
That's true. And it could help. But
it could help. Some teams it helps. Some teams it hurts. So it depends.
But again, that's just a tough stretch. And I know by now we know the Jets can be our prediction for division winners. But when you break down these 2 teams' different schedules, there's a major reason why I think the Jets are going to win the division. It's not because I think they're more talented than the Bills. I just think their schedule is much better.
Yeah, if you look at it, and we're going to get into the Jets schedule here in a little bit, but the Jets schedule compared to the Bills schedule, I mean, it's what you would expect for how they performed last year. But
especially down the stretch.
Yeah.
So, and again, Buffalo's 11-6. I still think that's a great record for them. Now, the flip games, obviously, I think Dallas can be a flip game. Jets, too. Between Philly and Kansas City, I think they could beat Kansas City. So, I mean, the Bills' ceiling is pretty high. I think, honestly, 14 wins is pretty darn good for the ceiling. Now, the floor, I think, probably 8 and 9. Because, again, you got at Cincy, too, which throw in the mix there. So, but I don't think 11-6 is a bad record. I mean, 11-6 is a pretty good record. I'll get you like a 5th seed in the playoffs. Or even, if you're in another division, a, division spot. So 4th place, the Patriots. 3rd Dolphins. 2nd Bills. And according to our predictions, the division winners for the 2023 NFL season will belong to the new look New York Jets. Now the Jets, they had a tremendous offseason. Not only acquiring Aaron Rodgers, but they did pick up some weapons too. They picked up the Green Bay Packers roster. Lazard, Cobb, Adrian Amos, I forgot about him. But they did manage to re-sign players like Keenan Williams, Quincy Williams, and Aaron Rodgers took a $35 million pay cut, which they could potentially be in a run for Dalvin Cook. But this Jets team is already solid. It was playing pretty good last season. They were, I think, 7-5 at one point, and then the quarterback play pretty much ruined their chances at the playoffs. Now you get Aaron Rodgers, which people are forgetting he did win back-to-back MVPs.
And when you pair him with Garrett Wilson,
it could be a deadly duo. But let's look at their schedule real quick. Again, start of season, Buffalo home, loss. On the road against Cowboys, I think the Cowboys beat the Jets. Like I said, those first couple of weeks, the offense getting a stride, and those are 2 tough opponents.
Yeah, those are 2 tough opponents right off the back, and I do think the Jets are going to need some time to get in their stride.
Yes, it's like look at Tom Brady with the Bucks. They lost to the Saints. They're struggling a little bit early on, but it gets better. But then they play the Patriots and the Chiefs at home. The next 2 home games, I think those are gonna be wins. I think at home Patriots win, Chiefs win, and then at the Broncos win. Philadelphia home, I think that's gonna be a win. At the Giants, win. The Jets are 5-2. Then they play the Chargers at home. I think that's going to be a loss. And at the Raiders, win. And at the Bills, win. So the Jets are 7-3 at this point. This is the big difference between the Jets and the Bills schedule. So Miami home, win. After that, it gets pretty darn easy for the Jets. This is why I think the Jets are going to win. Falcons, home win. Texans, home win. At Miami, loss. Commanders, win at home. At Browns, win. At New England, win. That is a much easier down the stretch than what Buffalo had to deal with. And I get it, the Miami games, it could be, that's probably the toughest opponent. That is their toughest opponent down the stretch. Falcons, Texans, Commanders, Browns, Patriots. I'm not high in Cleveland like the media is. I still think Cleveland's a 500 team. Those are pretty easy teams to end the season. Now, overall, the Jets' record is going to be 13-4 according under predictions. Now, some flip games. Eagles, KC, obviously. A dark horse one, I will say, probably Atlanta or Houston. One of those games could be a trap game at the Giants too. But I just think with that down the stretch compared to Buffalo, and again, if it was like Zach Wilson or Mike White, well, Mike White got shipped off to Miami, but if it was Zach Wilson under center, I think the Jets would go like 8-9 maybe. But with a new look with Aaron Rodgers and a bunch of these talented guys coming in, I think the Jets can make some serious noise. But yeah. But
either way, this is going to be a fun division to watch.
And it shall be. Now, standings real quick as we take a look at them, a little recap. And again, these are opinions. And obviously, they're going to backfire.
I would be very impressed if anyone could predict the entire schedule for the NFL completely correct. I don't think that's possible.
I think New England's going to probably do a lot.
Script writers.
Yeah, definitely. I think New England's definitely going to probably be better than what we predicted, but we'll see. But again, recap. 5-12 Patriots, 4th place. 3rd place, Miami Dolphins with a 10-7 record. Bills, 2nd place with 11-6 record. And the New York Jets with a 13-4 record to finish first in the AFC East.
You know what's interesting looking at this? If you put that Patriots team in one of the NFC divisions, the record would be completely different. Prediction.
And New England's still a talented team, and especially has a well-coached staff. Like, they took Mac Jones to the playoffs a few years back, and they were one game away last year from making the playoffs. But there's a lot of New England stuff happening. Like, Mac Jones seemed to not be that guy. So it's a little bit of a safer bet to put New England that low, especially with, a little bit of a brutal schedule. But I do think New England's going to be better than what they are. I just don't think they're up there with the Dolphins, Bills, and the Jets.
And I would agree with that.
But yeah, so again, it's been a busy month. So we had to delay the videos for a bit, but we're back on track. We have one more, and that is the NFC East. And if you like this one, you might like the NFC East one because I got a really bold take for the NFC East that will make a certain fan base happy, but not about 31 other fan bases, and I'll give my reasoning. But in the meantime, hope you enjoyed the video. We love the support and appreciate all the views, likes, comments on all social media platforms. Please follow us on 4th Down on YouTube, not Twitter, Instagram, TikTok. We'll soon probably have a X account. I'm calling it Twitter. We'll soon have a Twitter account. But and if you have, go ahead.
I'm just here.
Yeah, and if you haven't already, check out our previous videos, the NFC West video and all that.
Yeah, tell us how we're wrong.
Yeah, we're definitely gonna be wrong. But anyways, we appreciate our love and support. We hope you all have a great rest of your day, and we'll talk to you soon.
See ya. Bye.
Bye.